Everyone involved in aviation strives for safety. Sometimes, however, things go wrong. Things going wrong in an aviation context can lead to some unusual legal issues. How does liability work, for instance, if some part of the aircraft falls from the sky and causes harm to people or property on the ground below? Well, the Commonwealth has specific legislation to deal with this situation, called the Damage by Aircraft Act 1999. It includes a provision making the owners and operators of aircraft automatically liable for any damage caused by an aircraft in flight or any damage caused by an aircraft which had been in flight immediately before the damage. So, damage caused during a crash or a forced landing. The question raised in this High Court case was how far that liability extends. In this case, a crop dusting plane had been carrying out dusting operations over a field which was crossed by an electricity cable, which the case records as being 6.5 metres above that field at its lowest point. The pilot seems to have tried to fly under the cable and has not been successful. The plane remained in flight, but the cable was dislodged and ended up hanging down to just 1.5 metres off the ground. This was reported to the electricity provider, who sent technicians out to deal with the obvious danger. One technician stayed at the field while the other left to a junction to isolate the wire so that it could be handled. The technician who stayed, instead of waiting, started wandering over the field doing inspections. He came much closer to the line than he intended and was severely injured by an electric shock. The question was whether his injuries were really caused by the aviation incident, or were they in fact caused by other things like his failure to wait for the line to be properly isolated. The court found that the injuries were created by a danger caused by the aviation incident. The majority judges said the injury was caused by the dangerous position of the electric wire, and its dangerous position was the result of an impact between the aircraft and it. They were careful to say, though, that a case of this type really does depend on its facts, but it's clear that the Act goes well beyond harm caused directly and immediately by an aircraft incident.